What is going on, guys? It is Blink here, back with a new guide. So in this guide, we'll be talking about 2 in-depth examples of being under pressure and making decisions. Also, the V-Bucks giveaway is still going on, so make sure to visit the link in the description to enter. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, as I post Amazon gift code in the comments every time I upload. By turning on notifications, you have a way better chance of getting here first and redeeming that code. Anyways, guys, let's get to this guide. So, this first situation, I'll be starting it a little bit behind because I want to show you guys what this team did to make it harder for them. You guys can see this player running on the left side of my screen. His teammate was still way up the mountain, and this player decided to push us alone. Now, he thought we never noticed him, and the reason we never shot right away was because we wanted to make it seem like we didn't know. If we had shot right when we saw him, he would have built cover and, if anything, probably pushed with his teammate. Now, this is hard to judge if you're in a similar situation. Basically, if you notice an opponent pushing while his teammate sprays you from a far distance, then wait until this first opponent gets somewhat close. That way, it takes much longer for his teammate to catch up to him to support. At an instant, I had to help my teammate because he was being pushed by 2 players. I've got enough time to pop 2 minis and that's it. I also recommend you guys always have minis in your inventory. Super quick heals that you can use without losing momentum. Now, my teammate does end up getting downed, and I tried to reply with as much damage as I possibly could, although this player boxed himself in beside my teammate, and I had to do the same because I was out of ammo. I've been getting in many situations where I don't have ammo in many weapons during this season, and it's because of the shotgun nerfs. Usually, I'd have a solid amount of tactical shotgun bullets in my gun, so it was pretty rare for me to run out of shotgun ammo before eliminating an opponent. After reloading my weapons, I shot right through the bottom and got myself inside the box. I had to push myself inside the box as fast as I can because as I'm shooting, I'm sure he's letting his teammate know that he needs help. So being quick was key because I would have been sandwiched by both of them. I also eliminated him because I needed his meds, and it also avoids his teammate into attempting to try saving him. Now, you guys can see that his teammate came right as I killed him. So that box push was risky, but it was a smart thing to do. Also, make sure you're adding stairs inside your 1x1 because you get that extra layer of support. Now, if you're in a similar situation, you want to play defensively and get off as much healing as you can. As long as you're not being pressured, play it smart. Don't expose yourself to the last few players if you've got the chance to heal. Now, I ended up fighting the last player and I managed to get myself to 150 HP. I now have to try fighting him. So I hit down the wooden walls, that way I've got better vision. I do this pretty often, especially because of the edit peeking nerf. This allows you to spot for your opponent, and a lot of the times he won't know you're inside there because you'll usually take a quick glance and proceed to look around some more. So after healing up, I went right up for that high ground and I ended up spotting him down below. He ends up building a bunch of roofs and I had to be careful to not peek out too long because I don't know if he's trying to line me up. I spot his player model under the floor and you can see he's almost on the outside of the wall. So I know he's third person peeking me. This is actually how someone from the low ground would line up a sniper shot. So from my experience, I have to be super careful. I take one shot to bait him out, and as I do that, I pull out my sniper to try getting off the shot. Works exactly how I wanted it to. He never had a sniper, but if he did, then this is exactly how you'd want to play out the situation. So, in this next situation, the high ground of the safe zone was the hilltop. Now, the hilltop wasn't fully in, and the safe zone can still move off it. So, what we did is get ourselves farther from the hill, that way our opponents have a harder time firing. We then waited out the circle to see if it'll force our opponents out. I usually do this if I'm second guessing on pushing my opponents. Now, one of the main reasons we waited it out was because there was 2 teams left, and the second team was inside the porta-fort on the left mountain. Pushing would mean we'd have to build cover from both players on the mountain as we fought the hilltop players. Now, pushing isn't a bad idea at all, but as I said, the safe zone can give us the advantage as long as we wait it out. Although that never happened and we went for the push towards these players, using my battle straps to get closer much quicker, although you have to be careful because these hilltop players might take shots. In the end, the hilltop players never took shots because they stand at the bottom of the hill, which wasn't smart of them at all. I never recommend you hide under your fort. They tried baiting us into their traps, and overall, just sitting on the low ground was not a smart thing to do. Now, I instantly built up above to see where this last team's at, and no need to tunnel vision on the loot because it's the last team. You want to avoid getting shot in the back, and you never know if the last team's pushing for that pinch plate. So getting intel as soon as you can is important. Now, they never ended up pushing and just sat at the bottom of the hill. What they should have done was push us as we were fighting this team, because where they are, they don't have the advantage no matter what happens on top of the hill. Maybe if the advantage was theirs, then waiting it out would have been fine. In the end, they got eliminated because they never tried changing their own disadvantage into an advantage. Now, to conclude this example, focus on your own safe zone placement before pushing your opponents. Check if you can potentially get an instant advantage by just waiting out the storm. Keep that in mind before pushing opponent forts. So guys, these were 2 in-depth examples on step-by-step decisions we had to make. Hopefully I've helped some people out, and a like and a sub would be greatly appreciated as it does help me out a lot. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and hope you have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll see you on the next one.